Are you the one who always says yes even when it's too much? Finding yourself baking cupcakes last minute or going along with things just to keep everyone happy? Then you're in the cycle of trying to please everyone, always looking for their nod. But don't worry, there's a way out, and it starts with learning how to set clear boundaries. The real game changer, though, is digging into why we're always on yes mode. Hang tight as I guide you through setting boundaries, explore the deep reasons behind our people-pleasing habits, and on top of that, share a 3-step plan to help you take back control of your life. Are you in? Let's get started. Drawing lines in the sand is more than just saying, I can't do that. It's about valuing who you are and making sure you're looking out for yourself. When it comes to protecting your peace and ensuring you're treated right, knowing where to draw these lines is key. If the idea of setting these limits is new to you, it might feel a bit tricky at first. Here's a quick starter kit for figuring out where you might need to set some boundaries. Look back on times you felt like you were pushed too far or just plain uncomfortable. These moments are big clues about where you need to firm up your boundaries. Tune into how you feel in different situations. If you're getting stressed out or feeling off, it's a sign that something's crossing a line for you. Think about what's really important to you. Things like being treated with respect, honesty from the people around you, or making your own choices might be non-negotiables for you. Make sure your boundaries protect these. Get comfortable with no. Start small with things that aren't a big deal, and you'll see it gets easier to stand your ground on the bigger stuff. Starting with strangers is a good way to practice setting boundaries. It's like a warm-up, there's less pressure. Once you get the hang of it, you'll feel more confident to do the same with friends and family, where the stakes feel higher. When you're setting these boundaries, be as clear as you can. Don't over-explain your no. This only gives people something to flip back on you. Sometimes the best option is a simple no, thank you. Let me share a small anecdote about this. Someone once stopped me in a crowded pedestrian zone and asked for a donation. I should not have made eye contact. What a rookie mistake. I didn't want to donate, but found myself caught up in the moment. You know how it is. These folks have a way of making you feel like you can't say no. They're ready for every excuse with a persuasive comeback. People pleasers are easy prey for them. I remember standing there, feeling the squeeze, not wanting to come off as rude or uncaring to the person asking for donations, or to the passers-by witnessing the exchange. It was a textbook people-pleaser scenario, torn between saying no and not wanting to let someone down. The phrase, "let me think about that," came to mind, which can be a powerful tool to buy yourself some time. But then I realized, why not just a simple no thanks? It's straightforward, respectful, and leaves no room for misunderstanding. To my surprise, the sky didn't fall and the world kept turning. I moved on, feeling a bit more in control of my own decisions. When you start saying no and setting your own rules, people around you might get a bit upset or surprised. They're used to you always saying yes, some might even get mad or walk away. But remember, if they leave just because you're standing up for yourself, you're probably better off without them. The ones who stick around, even when you put yourself first, are your true friends. They understand that everyone has their own needs and respect your boundaries. Now that we've seen how powerful boundaries can be, let's peel back the layers and understand why we fall into the people-pleasing trap in the first place. Later on, I'm going to share a 3-step action plan you can start implementing today to beat your inner people-pleaser once and for all. Getting past the need to always make others happy often means looking at what's driving this behavior. Sometimes, the roots go all the way back to our childhoods. Maybe in the family you grew up in, you felt like you had to earn love by acting a certain way. Or perhaps the fear of arguments made you the peacemaker from a young age. When we dig deeper into this, we come across a concept called fawning, a term made popular by Pete Walker. Fawning is a specific type of people-pleasing behavior that arises as a response to fear, trauma, or perceived threats. It's a survival strategy, often developed in childhood, to navigate through potentially harmful or high-stress environments. Fawning involves not just pleasing others, but also appeasing them through flattery, immediate agreement, or submission to avoid conflict, criticism, or aggression. It's more about safety and protection from perceived danger than general approval seeking. Understanding this dynamic is crucial. It's not just about changing a habit, it's about confronting and healing from those deep-seated reasons that made us adopt this role in the first place. And as we do, we start to see that standing up for ourselves doesn't mean losing love or peace. It means gaining respect, both from others and, most importantly, for ourselves. Now that we've dug into why we often say yes too much, let's look at 3 simple steps to start saying no and take back control. Start small by choosing one thing each day to say no to. It doesn't have to be a big refusal. Maybe turning down an extra task at work, not attending an event you're not interested in, or simply not watching a TV show you don't enjoy but others do. The key is to practice the act of saying no in situations where you might typically cave to avoid disappointing someone. Begin to express your true thoughts and feelings in conversations, even if they might differ from those around you. This could be as simple as suggesting a different restaurant if you don't like the one proposed by a friend, or sharing your viewpoint on a book or movie that's being discussed. The aim is to get comfortable with the idea that your opinions are valid and deserve to be heard, and that disagreement can be healthy and constructive. Make a commitment to engage in at least one activity each day that brings you joy or relaxation without considering others' needs or opinions. This could be reading, gardening, a hobby, or even a short walk. Anything that serves as a reminder that your happiness and well-being are important. Prioritizing self-care in this way can help you maintain a balance between helping others and attending to your own needs. By following these steps, you'll start to shift the balance from always accommodating others to also valuing and prioritizing your own needs and happiness. Starting to balance your needs with others is a big move, but change takes time. Ever felt like a fraud even when you've succeeded? That could be imposter syndrome. Want to know more? Our next video tackles this. Click to explore and beat these mental challenges.